You've seen it, right? Those picture-perfect images of just unimaginable wealth, power, and success. It's everywhere. But what story are we not being told? Well, in this explainer, we're going to peel back the layers on the whole culture that surrounds billionaires.
And it usually starts with something familiar. The private jets. That whole idea of effortless travel, skipping all the lines, literally living above the clouds. This is the first big symbol we're sold.
And then, of course, there are the homes. We're talking sprawling estates, incredible penthouse apartments, maybe even a private island or two. It's a lifestyle that just screams unlimited space and resources.
I mean, that's the dream life, isn't it? It's presented to us as the ultimate prize, like the absolute peak of achievement in the modern world.
But here's the thing, that's usually where the story stops. And today, that's exactly where we're going to begin. Because behind that super polished veneer of perfection, there's a much, much more complicated reality. A story with real costs that are rarely, if ever, actually brought into the light.
Okay, so first up, let's take a look at the blueprint. This whole idea of idolizing billionaires and the culture of imitation that comes right along with it.
Our society doesn't just admire these figures, we pretty much idolize them. Their names are basically shorthand for success. People study their morning routines, they read their books, all in the hope that they can somehow, reverse engineer the magic.
But the real truth is, these super polished success stories, they're really just one chapter in a much, much larger book. And you better believe they're heavily edited, with all of the inconvenient chapters pretty much torn out.
And this kind of idolization, it leads us straight to our second point, a massive concentration of power. And we're not just talking about individual fortunes here, this is a whole systemic shift that creates a seriously widening gap.
So here's the crucial point. Accumulating wealth on this kind of scale, it just doesn't happen in a vacuum. It has a direct, measurable effect on the entire economy. It significantly widens the gap between a tiny, tiny fraction at the very top and, well, everyone else. And this right here really visualizes the result. I mean, it's not really a gap, is it? It's more like a chasm. You have this tiny group controlling a massive chunk of global wealth, while the vast majority are left further and further behind. This isn't just about success. It's a stark picture of an extreme concentration of power.
And of course, that kind of power comes at a cost. So let's talk about the sacrifices, both human and environmental, that are so often hidden away behind these billion-dollar empires.
It all starts with a mantra that's pushed by this culture. Hustle, grind, sacrifice. It's this whole mindset that glorifies working yourself to the bone and pretty much treats your personal well-being as an afterthought, something you can get to later.
And this really illustrates the human fallout from that mindset. Because for every single one of those celebrated success stories, there's a whole network of unseen sacrifices. We're talking about employees facing total burnout, families strained by impossible hours, and just the slow, steady erosion of any kind of healthy work-life balance.
And then there's the cost to our planet. I mean, the lifestyle right at the top. We're talking private jets, massive industries, hyperconsumption. It carries a staggering environmental footprint. While most of us are encouraged to reduce our impact, recycle more, the story at the very top is often a whole lot more resource-intensive.
So all of this really forces us to ask a much bigger question about the system itself. And to do that, we have to start by challenging one of its core beliefs, this idea or maybe illusion of meritocracy.
The illusion we're sold is that success comes from hard work and hard work alone. But the reality? It's often a lot more like a board game where some people get to start halfway to the finish line. Things like access, privilege, timing, and just plain old luck often play a huge role, way bigger than we like to admit. The playing field is rarely level.
And this is the real danger, When we blindly idolize billionaires, we stop asking the tough questions. We stop looking critically at the system that created them and asking, hey, is this system actually fair? Or is it maybe designed to just siphon wealth upwards?
Now let's be super clear here. This isn't about saying the success is bad, or that being wealthy is somehow inherently wrong. Not at all. The real goal here is to encourage a more complete, more nuanced understanding of the whole picture. It's about looking at the entire photograph, not just the cropped, perfectly lit version we're always shown.
Because ultimately, that shiny image of success we see, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface, behind every massive fortune and every global empire, there's a story of hidden costs, unseen sacrifices, and systemic advantages that almost never make it into the headlines. So,
The next time you see that polished, perfect image of success, maybe just pause for a second and ask yourself the most important question of all. What does it really cost?